Yeah, cruising in the ocean with my fellas, waving at the shore, we got all them people jealous. They see that we shining from way over yonder. Gotta thank my father, my sponsor, for putting me on board and also giving me the capability to live life with no fear, create buzz with no beer. God is the reason why I live like this. Now everybody hating me, now I feel like Chris. Working out, eating right, now I look like this. Phone filled with different numbers, now my ex all pissed. Now I'm playing, she don't care cause she move like this. Man, I ain't hating cause she bad, man, we all ruthless. Man, I got money in my pocket, diamonds on my pinky and that brain.
Hello. All right. I got woosah right quick. Just woosah for a second. Just woosah. Okay. Because people just want to be petty, nonsensical. Talk about they want to eat their people. And people are dead. They want to be like Kendrick Lamar and Drake so bad. It doesn't even make sense to me. I don't get it. The difference between Kendrick Lamar and Drake's actual beef is these guys want to come together and just, double team on your boy. But it's all good. The B&O connection still sucks. They're still irrelevant, still illiterate, low budget NWO, basically no way over. And I gotta do this video. And I'm not doing this video for them. I'm not doing this video for them. I'm doing this video for me and for my guy, Josh. And Josh, if you're listening to this video, bro, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Want to root for your boy. Want to support your boy, Josiah, for the We Support the Josiah movement. Shout out to all my guys, by the way. And no, contrary to popular belief, it ain't just people I'm asking at my job, at Kroger's, to go about commenting and saying we support Josiah for the sake of we support Josiah. They could have easily told me no. You know why they didn't tell me no? Because they got love for your boy. They loyal to your boy. They got respect for your boy. If they didn't, they wouldn't have done it in the first place. But I have to set the record straight because no matter how many times I say this, no matter how many times I justify what I'm saying, no matter how many times I completely beat over a dead horse, let it be known where I'm coming from. I gotta be misdirected with my character. I gotta be make fun of. My iPhone says I just gotta spiral out of control because people want to see the beast come alive for me. People want to see me turn up that one way. People want to see me just go off. You want me to go off? You want me to snap? You want me to snap so bad, BZ? Huh? You want me to snap so bad, Larry? Right? Larry, quiet as it's kept. You are no competition. BZ, I do not care if you're making more money than me. Working at Ubers, great, good for you. Do you want a cookie? Do you want a candy bar? Do you want some watermelon? Do you want some chips? Do you want some food? Do you want some, what do you want? What do you want? You want to be acknowledged so bad. You want to be acknowledged so bad. You want to know the truth? Guess what? You want to talk about how you got more money than me in Uber. Okay, let's do that. Okay, bet. Guess what? Who got way more subscribers on my actual YouTube channel with my name, Josiah Willis, by the way, than you do. But you don't want to hear that, though. You don't want to talk about that, though. Since I'm just so cooked. Slow cooked, BZ, slow cooked. Yeah, I stole your dang catchphrase. Yeah, I stole your slogan. Not because it was just quote-unquote unoriginal, but because I was showing you there was levels at this. There's levels at this. But you don't want to hear me, though. You just want to constantly belittle me, talk me down, don't want to hear me talk about anything. I try to bring up a topic. I try to be reasonable today. I didn't even mean to do this. I didn't plan to do this. I figured, you know what? We could put our differences aside. Babyface, heels aside. But no, what did you want to do, BZ? You want to stir up drama. You want to stir up mess. You want to be a walking reality show. You want to see the toxicity of me just come out. You just want to see me just go off. Guess what? You got your wish. I'm going off. And I got to get all this off my chest. And then I hear where it is, you proceeded to berate me furthermore. You had to call Larry back in just so you can go right here and berate me furthermore. So, but yeah, I'm putting this video out. I'm putting this out. Not for you. Again, not for you. Not for Larry. For Josh. For Josh. And for all the people that said they supported me. And for everybody that's been rocking with me for the past 3 to 4 or 5, I don't even know how many months it's been since we've been doing this whole entire thing. I'm passionate. I'm a WWE fan. I love the WWE. I just keep it real. I'm just honest. I keep it 100. I'm all gas, no brakes. I am Jacob too when it comes to this thing. I'm overlooked. But the moment I show out, I stand out. But you don't want to hear that, though. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. You just want to keep on saying, you Nas Ether cooked me. You Nas Ether cooked me. No, you did not. Because if you Nas Ether cooked me so bad, there wouldn't be no response. My voice would not be heard right now. I will not keep on talking and talking and talking. You know why I don't give up? You know why I say I'm not dead? Because I'm relentless, bro. I done dealt with people like you before, years ago, as it was. Trying to put me down. Trying to say I wasn't nothing. That I wouldn't amount to something. And here I am. Standing 10 toes down. Letting you know, at the end of the day, I am not giving up. I don't care what you say. Yes, I have took Uber rides. You want to know the truth? Yes, I took Uber rides. And guess what? I'm the epitome of struggle. I'm the epitome of struggle. I'm the epitome of suffering. You want to take it spiritual? I'll take it spiritual too. God put me there for a reason. God put me there for a reason. This is a little bit in character, off character, however you want to put it. God put me there for a reason. My finances could be better. I could afford to give me a better iPhone, get the most expensive iPhone there is, and give me a big old iPhone. Yeah, okay, cool. So how much can I manage my money on doing everything else? Oh yeah, you should be in the studio recording your music. You be doing raps. You say you're better than me. You say you're better than me. Okay, and quite frankly, I don't need to prove that I'm better than anybody. My competition is myself. I've been standing for injustices for a long time. I've been a rebel. I've been outspoken. I've been charismatic, and a lot of times, to truth be told, you ain't the first person that's continuously disagreed with me over something. I've had people disagree with me left and right. Left and right. And I remain strong in my beliefs. This is a babyface talking. This is the good guy talking. This is the heart talking. So if anyone's listening to this right now, whatever nonsense that came out of Beezy's mouth, Larry's mouth, spewing all the way out, guess what? Let them say what they want to say. Let the heels, quote unquote, cook. Let them be the B&L connection. Let them adopt honorary members and take some of my peoples that have been rocking with me for a long time, which is fine. It's okay, cool. Let them take some people from the We Support Josiah movement and convert them over. About 4 people, right? It was 4 people, right? Ain't all of them, but that's okay. Count your blessings while I count it all joy. Because I've been the underdog. I've been in the background. I've put myself in the corner before until I realized I had to rise my behind up and get out and move up and move forward. Pitfalls and all, downfalls and all. I'm Josiah. I'm the one who does not hold his tongue. If I feel something is not right, I'm going to address it for why it's wrong. I will be the babyface. I will be the standard. And like I said, I love every single one of you guys who've been saying we support Josiah. I also love every single one of you guys who comment the little funny videos about what I be saying towards Larry or to Beezy or what Beezy may say or what Larry may say. Right, you agree with us, disagree with us, regardless, indifferent, thank you. I appreciate that. On a real tip, thank you for all of that. But at this very moment in time, I'm in a battle, bro. I'm in a battle. And to them, they felt like they're also, quote unquote, winning the battle. They got the long stretch. But the way I see it, a battle could be won. But a war can be accomplished too. By yours truly. So, without all that out the way, let's get towards the SmackDown recap. This comes right after WrestlePalooza 2025. They were live in Cincinnati, Ohio, my hometown. You asked why Josiah was not being there. They didn't know they was going to come to Cincinnati for one. Didn't get told about any tickets. I would have. But the same as that time, I probably wouldn't either. Like I said, life be lifing. Things be out of my control. I ain't trying to make excuses. I am not trying to be. I've been told I've been the king of excuses. The king of excuses. I am not looking to make excuses in every single one of my book every single long time. I mean, all. What am I trying to say? I am not trying to make excuses all the time. I'm not. I sometimes hate that I have to. But when you're in dire circumstances, what can you do? And no, I'm not being a crybaby at this very moment. Oh, he's getting emotional. Oh, he's taking this so personal. Oh, blah, blah. No, just keeping it real. Keeping it real. Defending myself, defending my honor, defending my integrity. That's what I'm doing at this very moment. This is the true core of a baby face. This is what a good guy represents. Honor, justice, freedom. I'm free. Like I said, I love my iPhone 6. I'm proud of my iPhone 6. If bad guys want to get all the more expensive things, go right ahead. Get involved with all the materialistic stuff. It'll come from me too. Just gotta be wait. I just gotta wait. Just gotta be patient. Be patient. Maintain self-control. I don't know if you guys know that though. Being ill connection. That's what I do. Maintain my self-control. Anyways. Nonsense, people. Nonsense. From them. All right. We kicked off SmackDown with the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Coming out. As his usual stick. What do you want to talk about? Because it's promo. We see Randy Orton come out. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, Cody Rhodes showed off his crown jewel ring he won from last year when he beat Gunther. If you don't remember, back in November, I want to say last year, he took on Gunther and beat him. It was actually a really good match. He won the crown jewel championship for the very first time, so now he has to defend it. And this time he will defend it to a guy he's beaten not once, not twice, but 3 times in Seth Rollins. So he only got about, to be honest, about 10 seconds to speak. 10 seconds. Because the wise man, the manager, the what do they call him? The mastermind, Paul Heyman, came out with the Bronze. They interrupted him. Randy Orton arrived to provide backup before anything could happen. Meaning they could have easily beat Cody Rhodes up. The Bronze I'm referring to. Could have easily beat Cody Rhodes up. And Randy Orton came to help Cody at that very moment. Showing his loyalty. They've been through a lot together. They're friends. You know, Randy Orton took Cody Rhodes underneath his ring, in case nobody remembers. Back in 2009, 2010, Randy Orton had a staple called Legacy. And amongst one of those members was Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase Jr.'s, Ted DiBiase's senior son, Ted DiBiase Jr. joined that group. So, and obviously Cody Rhodes' father is Dusty Rhodes. Very, very popular. And then you got Randy Orton, who comes from Cowboy Bob Orton, his dad. So, yep, Legacy. Anyways, Heyman did his usual thing and tried to plant seeds of doubt in the mind of Rhodes regarding his friendship with the Viper. Love it. Breadcrumbs are building up. And the WWE is knowing what they're doing. It's all purposeful, all deliberate. I love it. Because what's going to happen eventually is I believe Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton will feud sometime later down the road. And when they do, I believe Randy Orton's going to go heel. And not only is Randy Orton going to go heel, I believe this match will occur at WrestleMania for next year. Which, by the way, sign me up. I want to see that. Anyways, this was relatively uneventful and predictable. By the way, I'm reading from Bleacher Report, you guys. Who is the guy who is covering this? I will let you guys know if I am in agreement or if I am not. This is Chris Mueller. Okay, got you. October 3rd, 2025. Sorry for the late response, you guys. But hey, we're here now. It's gotten to the point that WWE relies on Rhodes for too many promos, so none of them ever feel fresh. That's a hot take. That's a hot take. I might be in agreement with that. Listen, I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. I'm not a Glazer. I am a CM Punk fan. I'm not a Glazer. But I am always, like I said, at my core, I'm honest. I don't know about Beasy, though. He can't criticize Seth Rollins. Whatever. And then Larry, Jey Uso is everything to him. He got to do the yeets everywhere, to the stadiums, to bleacher, whatever. He just goes everywhere and does the whole entire yeet thing. To him, Jey Uso is the top star, the face of the company, yada, yada, whatever. But we're not talking about the BLC. The BLC are out my head. They just keep on coming into my head. It's like demons. It's like freaking demons just, tormenting you. You know what I'm saying? They just won't leave you alone. And by the way, I'm saying this in character, you guys, not in real life. Oh, get them out of my head. Get them out of my head. Please. Anyways. Or at least seem to arrive out of nowhere. Was he under the ring? That's a good question. That's a really good question. The text-heavy shirt designs WWE has been doing are kind of boring. Wrestling merch has needed a serious overhaul for a long time. Huh. Okay. I kind of like the shirts, though, but I get it. I get it, though. But, I don't know. Bronson and Braun Breaker, to me, have had great chemistry. They really have. I'm dead serious. They have really good chemistry. They look like killers. You know what I'm saying? They look like they could destroy any and everybody in the ring. And so it won't put past me if WWE is looking to push them very, very hard. So we're giving them those shirts like that. It's telling you that the WWE realizes there is value, there is worth in these guys. So, no, I got an issue with that at all. Keep pushing them. Keep pushing them. All right, so you guys, I'm going to do this is about 15 minutes right about now. I'm going to go ahead and end this and give you guys another recording. We will be right back. Give me 1 second. 60 minutes, actually. All right, we are back. We are back. Let's go over to our SmackDown right quick. All right. If I hear any barking, it's my dog. I don't know why he's barking. But anyways, the next segment, or prior to the segment there was a promo with, Miz and Carmelo Hayes. And Miz and Carmelo Hayes basically were just like, Miz was more so like, well, Carmelo, let's get things together. I apologize, boom, boom, boom. And Carmelo's like, No. You want to do it for your glory. You think you're just better than me. You wanted to overshadow me. I'm tired of your nonsense, Miz. This whole him, Melo, don't Miz thing is over with. And I'm like, thank you, God. For me as a fan, thank you, God, that this whole entire tag team thing between the Miz and Carmelo Hayes is over with. Listen, I'm a fan of the Miz. For all intents and purposes, I am a fan of The Miz. I am a fan of Carmelo Hayes. I do not like them being apparent together. Did they slowly but surely start to grow on me as far as their chemistry in the ring together as a tag team? Yes, I'll be honest. Yes, they did. But at the same as that time, I feel like the WWE was just throwing them together because they didn't have any plans to do it with Miz, nor did they have anything to do with Carmelo. I understand the purpose. Maybe the purpose was right now, what we got here. Whereas they're going to feud. And hopefully this elevates Carmelo Hayes. Because if it does, great. The WWE is doing what they're doing. And they're trying to get this guy over. And it seems to me that the WWE wants to push Carmelo Hayes as babyface while The Miz is a heel. So that's a little teaser before we go ahead and talk about what there is to talk about right now. All right. The first match we see is Sami Zayn, coming out, what I'm saying? He's doing his U.S. Open Challenge thing. By the way, I am loving it because Sami has been killing it as of late. I don't care what nobody say. The underdog underground. Let's make fun of his theme song. Whoa. Listen, it's catchy, by the way. it is pretty catchy. I'm not going to lie to you. But at the same as that time, I'm like, bro, the U.S. Challenge Open Challenge, whatever you want to call them, matches have been delivering. Right? I think Sami's been doing a hell of a job with that. He's reminding me of like John Cena. Not that he's John Cena. I'm saying the U.S. Challenge gives that belt more prestige because now you never know who's going to come out, who will dethrone Sami eventually, and give that belt more prestige. And we haven't done this in a long time, so why not? You know what I'm saying? I think this is a great opportunity to get SmackDown some more eyes, people to view into the product, and enjoy a show. To me, it's fantastic. So I just got to put praise on that and put that over. If you don't like it, for those that want to support the heels, being LC, go ahead. Anyways, Hayes gave a quick promo saying he didn't want nobody holding him back. And before he could automatically head to the ring, The Miz comes out of nowhere and hits him with a skull-crushing finale. Hayes is out. He's out. People come around trying to surround Carmelo, trying to help him up. Miz is like, I'm off. I'm done. I did my piece. I'm gone. He walks away, heads back into, the gorilla position. And then we see Aleister Black come out. And I immediately said, oh yeah, the WWE is about ready to cook. I'm a big fan of Aleister Black, by the way. Big fan of him. Big fan of his work from WWE previously, from NXT previously, and also a big fan of what he did with AEW as Malachi Black and the whole House of Black thing. So, sorry. Hope I don't get copyright for doing this, and I'm breaking the fourth wall. But yes, Aleister came out. The two former NXT champions immediately started trading takedowns and counters to get the action going. The Dutch Destroyer took control with a couple of stiff kicks. The champion began to make a comeback when the show returned from a break. The WWE's commercial breaks are a bit too long. I will admit this. They just, I don't like it. But anyways, they went back and forth until another commercial break had happened. Yep, I remember that too. So they had a decent amount of time to make this a good performance that got better as it went. I agree. Then, Damian Priest showed up and distracted Black long enough for Zayn to hit a blue thunder bomb for the win. This would have been way better with a clean finish, but this helps keep the feud going with Priest and Black, which will be fun. So, but what I thought, okay, I understand the clean finish aspect of it. The reason why I love them including Damian Priest here is because in my mind their feud is not going to end right away. And then two, with the distraction, you protect Aleister Black. So yes, Sami beat him, but he only beat him because Damian Priest got involved. So Sami basically won through a distraction. It does not, and for those that don't be like, oh, that's not a babyface move. It is a babyface move because at the end of the day, it's not like they just went ahead and cheated. They're already in the match. It wasn't like Sami Zayn just grabbed a weapon from the corner of the turnbuckle and just hit Aleister Black and cheated to win. If it wasn't that, it's not a heel move, bro. Like, chill out. It's not a bad guy move. But anyways, Priest cleared off the announce table and put Black through it with a razor's edge to end the segment. Yeah. And it looked nice, by the way. It looked real nice. For him to pump him like that, it was dope. Pause. Anyways, Zayn sold Black's first kick like he was hit by a truck. Yeah, they got hurt for real. They got hurt for real. So, Aleister Black is a proficient kickboxer in real life. And so when he hits his kicks, you can tell it has impact. You can definitely tell they have impact. I wouldn't want to be hit by those kicks, bro. I would be out. I'll probably be gone like that. You know what I'm saying? Just penny 1, 2, 3, I'm gone. Right? But yeah, Sami did a great job selling that kick, bro. That first kick made Black look like he was just lethally dangerous. I don't know if lethally is the word, but yes. It made him look very dangerous. Black springboard moonsault always looks great. I'm in agreement. Zayn deserves a lot of credit for being versatile enough to work with anyone and make them look good. He don't get enough credit, but yes, he does. He should get that. I agree. He does. Regardless if he's winning or losing, he does. Before this, the only televised match these two had was. Oh, wow. So they have had a match against one another. I didn't even know that. Okay, so the only televised match these two had was 6 years ago on SmackDown, which was won by Black. Oh, okay. I did not know that. So that means when that happened, Aleister had to be a babyface around the time. And Sami had to be a heel. That's crazy. Wow. Look how time passes. The way Black hit Zayn with a knee while he was diving off the top rope looked awesome. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Aleister cold with it, man. He's cold with it, bro. Next thing we got was a tag match with Chelsea Green and Alba Fyre versus Sol Ruka and Zarya. By the way, prayers and speed recovery. I'm wishing a speed recovery to Piper Niven, who is injured. She's not medically clear. In case everybody's been wondering why Piper Niven has not been on SmackDown as of late. She's hurt with an injury. I don't know what the injury is. I think something to do with her knee or shoulder. It's something. But yeah, like I said, wishing her a much speedy recovery. All right. So, yep. Oh, yeah, and Green wanted to recruit them. She wanted to recruit new members for her secret, what's her name? Secret Harvest. The Secret Harvest. For her Secret Harvest. Her whole entire stable. All right, cool. You know what? I'm going to take me a sip of my drink because my mouth needs to be clear after going off earlier today. Ah, refreshing. I don't know who's talking right now, but okay. Fire and Zarya started with a hard-fought lockup. Zarya took control and held Fire up in the corner by her head in submission before hitting a flying clothesline. Green made a hesitant tap, but still went after her opponent. Green almost hit her finisher, but Ruka managed to cut her and hit the Soul Snatcher for the pin. By the way, the Soul Snatcher by Soul Ruka is one of the very best finishers I've seen in a long, long time. It's hard to come up with a finish that makes you go, wow, right? Or essentially is original. Now, before people go, is this really that original? Yes, it is like an RKO, okay, from Randy Orton. But the difference is that this woman, first of all, she has a gymnastic background along with, surfing. So is known for doing a lot of like high flying spots. She's very versatile, very athletic. So with her being able to pull that move off, it's quite impressive. It just looks good, bro. It looks flawless. It looks dope every time she does it. So I gotta put that move over. I'm sorry. I got to. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree? Like I said, let it be known in the comments below. This was a decent match, but it felt like it was just getting going when it ended. Yeah. But that's due to time constraints, unfortunately. So until the WWE can probably give them an extra little bit more time, it's going to happen. Unfortunately, they're on television, so they got to meet the time for, the shows. One day, they probably move over to, I had heard that they were planning to move SmackDown over to Netflix, you know what I'm saying? And then Raw was going to be on Netflix, but then SmackDown was supposed to be on Netflix, I think, exclusively sometime this year. So that's interesting that they haven't got them off of television yet. But I think once we get them, even then, people, everybody complaining about all the ads on Raw and on Netflix. I get it. Don't get it twisted. I completely get it. But at the same exact time, they still do allot them time. And for those that get so caught with, I hate the ads. Just watch Raw afterwards. There won't be no ads. If you know any sites, I ain't gonna tell you no sites. I got the plug over some things. I'm gonna tell you no sites. I'm sorry. Just can't do that. I'll get in trouble. But what I can tell you is this very much is if you watch Raw back after you watch Raw the following day, the ads will go away. And then you can finally just enjoy the show and yeah, do that with what you will. Anyways, Green is consistently the most entertaining person in every segment she's in. No debate. Is she the most entertaining person in every segment she's in? For her, yes. Is she more entertaining than her counterparts? That can be up to debate. But I'm not hating on Chelsea. Chelsea's killing it. She's doing a great job. I'm a fan. That's all I can say. It's so weird how WWE just ignores the man speed title. Yeah, that's so true. That it's not a Twitter/X thing anymore. I'm not getting the whole speed title stuff. I'm gonna be honest. At first it was cool for a little while. I thought we would have been able to see it, but I don't watch it. I don't ever watch it. I know people who have won it. I know for a time Andrade won it. Let me see. Ricochet when he was there. JD Madonna, I think he won the belt as well. Yeah. I don't know who else have won the belt. I think Pete Dunne may have won it. I don't get into the speed title stuff. I just don't. It's cool. Shout out to Sol Ruka also. She's also a speed champion there too, which is dope. But I don't get it. I don't get the purpose for it really. I think it's just cool. Gets WWE, I guess, more eyes on their product as far as like them going beyond, I don't know, Twitter or something, or social media. I don't know why they do it. To me, it's kind of weird, but I don't run the company, and I don't have no say so. Moving on, we got Los Garzas taking on Rey Fenix and Javon Evans. But before we do go into that, the next segment we had saw was Tiffany Stratton and Stephanie Valkyrie signing their crown jewel contract. They each gave a quick promo, signed the contract, and it looked like they was going to be it. That was going to be it before Julia and Kiana James showed up. They took out Tiffany in the aisle and then proposed Valkyrie join them in an alliance. Ooh, okay. Yeah. What am I saying? Ooh, okay, as if I did not watch this. I'm sorry. I did watch this. I'm tripping. But yeah, that was interesting. I forgot about that. I know people are going to be like, Josiah, you didn't watch SmackDown? No, I watched SmackDown. I watched it. I just, But anyways, they took out Tiffany in the aisle and then proposed her to join them in an alliance, trying to attack Kiana, but Julia escaped unharmed. This will probably lead to a tag match possibly next week before the pay-per-view, or before the PLE. I thought PLE was going to be this week. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. No, that makes sense because there's no go-home show quite yet. It's just building. All right, cool. Anyways, following a backstage altercation, Phoenix teamed up with Evans to take on Angel and Berto. Michael reminded us that Angel and Berto defeated this duo a few months ago. Oh, yeah, that's right. They were teaming with each other. I forgot about that. They sure did. That's crazy. So, Javon Evans wasn't his first time. People made it seem as if his first time going to the main roster against Sami Zayn was his very first time. No. He's actually wrestled months ago, which is crazy. But yes. So this was technically a rematch. All four of these men could be classified as high flyers, so it was nice to see that they incorporate some other kinds of offense along the way. They still did lots of high-risk moves, but that wasn't all this was. All four men worked hard to put on an entertaining show. It was especially nice to see Angel and Berto get a chance to shine after feeling neglected in recent months. I agree. Though I will say shout out to WWE for giving them the opportunity to go over to AAA recently and win the AAA World Tag Team titles. That was dope. That was really, really dope. And for what it's worth, they gave the belts credibility. So it was cool. Phoenix got the win for his team with a muscle buster. If you have never seen Rey Fenix hit that maneuver, go back, watch it. Trust me, you're gonna be like, that's awesome. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's dope. All right. Then there was another 5-second backstage segment with Rose and Orton that was said to be unnecessary. But then at the same time, no one hunts her. The little details matter. So you got to pay attention. Booker T's commentary whenever Valkyrie's in the ring has gotten so obnoxious. Listen, if you guys want to know what Booker BT be doing, you know what I'm saying, when he be, I said Booker BT. Booker T be doing. If you guys want to know what that man be doing whenever Stephanie Valkyrie gets into the ring, when she hits the devil's kiss, it's a maneuver. No, don't do this. It's spiritual. Listen, I'm a believer. I'm a Christian, okay? But anyways, her maneuver is called the devil's kiss. Like, not her finishing maneuver, but it's like one of her signature moves. And what she does is she takes her opponent's head and she wraps her legs around it. And she turns it around and she bounces like, down, boom, boom, this and that, third. It's a maneuver that basically is like, it calls for crowd participation, right? And so what Booker T does all the time on a comment is every time the opponent's face is being hit head first to the mat over and over again, what happens is Booker gets very... I'm going to say this right now, and trust me, I'm going to say pause when I'm done with this, okay? This is what Booker T does. And I quote, yeah, man. He'd be like, shucky, ducky, shucky, duck. What he say? Shucky, duck, shucky, quack, duck. Something he be saying. I don't know. Booker T is weird, bro. Like, he's hilarious, though. He's a funny commentator. he's a funny commentator, bro. He did the same thing with Trick Williams. When Trick Williams come out with his theme song, he'd be like, What he be doing? That's Trig. You know, I love Booker T. You gotta love Booker T, man. He's highly entertaining. Say what you want to say about him, but he is highly entertaining. All right. Be with me for a second. We're going to go back to part 3. Hold your horses. Alrighty. Let's get to WWE Monday Night Raw on Netflix. They were live in Dallas, Texas. And we are going to read from Bleacher Report. My guy, Eric Beeston, wrote this stuff. But yes, I've also watched the show. For those that want to ask the question, Josiah, did you watch the show? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did. Watched it when I got back off of work. If I'm just being fully transparent. I did. You know what I'm saying? Your boy working late nights, man. It's crazy. But yes, here we go. And like I said, ahead of the pay-per-view that's going to be in Australia. Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. They're going to be in Australia, you know what I'm saying, very soon at Crown Jewel. And, yeah, let's get into this recap. Let's get into this little recap, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm feeling? All right. So, Roman Reigns. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, dun, 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 dun, dun. Oh. Okay, you guys get it. Anyways, Roman Reigns kicks off Monday Night Raw. He comes out, you know what I'm saying? The OTC won, you know what I'm feeling? Coming out. And, yeah, man, after a week of getting some measure of revenge on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker following an assault at Clash in Paris that left him sidelined for over a month. And, in real life, Roman Reigns had to be put out because he had to fill, I think, at least 4 weeks of September to do Street Fighter. He's in the movie. In case nobody knows, in case you did not know or you have known, Roman Reigns is going to be in Street Fighter. The new Street Fighter movie is going to come out, I want to say, next year, which will be released in October, I think, for 2026, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, that's dope. So yeah, here we go. But yeah, he's back. You know what I'm saying? The Tribal Chief is back. You know, and then Reigns comes in, opens his ring promo before he could go ahead and speak, do his return, though. You know what I'm saying? Reed talk about his stuff. We have Bronson Reed interrupt him. He's flanked by Paul Heyman. Excuse me. The former wise man put over the beating the Ozzilla gave Reigns in Paris. The OTC shook off every attempt by the heels to rattle him, including Reed's incite his father's name, and did not hesitate to accept a challenge for an Australian street fight Saturday at Crown Jewel. I love it. The babyface laid out Reigns with a pair of Superman punches to close out the segment. Roman looked awesome here. He really looked awesome here. Bronson did a great job putting him over. He made Roman look like Roman's already $1 million, you know what I'm saying, as far as, like, you know, the presentation, but he made Roman Reigns come across like that for real, solidified superhero. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to describe it. Like, Roman Reigns just looked like he was the guy, like he was the man. And the crowd was evident of all that. So, like, if you watch the crowd, watch how Roman Reigns is, like, you know, interaction with Bronson is, and you'll see how everybody's just, like, pretty much eating it up, man. Like, it was dope. It really was. All right. Top moments and takeaways. They walked there like a couple of tough guys, but they seemed to be walking out like a couple of bees. Yup, Reigns said that towards them before they had left. They was trying to leave. He said it so smoothly that it added to what was an otherwise cliche response. I mean, sure, but at the same exact time, Roman made it sound cool when he said it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a certain way you have to say your words, your lines, your delivery, your inflection, you know. But the way he talked came across very convincing. Like, he was like, oh, Roman said the B word, boom, boom, boom. Which, by the way, cussing is not the shock value. The shock value is more so like, oh, he's saying this about Bronson. He's saying this about Paul. And in storyline, they are being punched because they're trying to walk away from a guy who just came back and tear their behinds up, you know? So that's pretty much how it looked. But yeah, he's killing it, man. He's killing it. OTC won. There was not much substance. Sorry, there's not much to the segment from a substance standpoint. But Reigns commanded the scene, and we got another match for the Crown Jewel card out of it. So it was a success. That match, though, will ultimately mean little if Reigns beats Reed like he did in Paris and return things to status quo in his war with the Vision. I don't know the direction the WWE is heading with Roman Reigns. It is, it's interesting because Roman hasn't been world champion, for at least a year. Yeah. It's crazy. When you think about it, like, Roman has not got towards the world title. Like, he had attempts this year, sure. The Royal Rumble, for example. But it seems as if, like, the WWE is not trying to get him towards the world title. Which, by the way, it's not like he really, really needs it. But to really feel like you're on the top of the world and be the champion again and run things that one way, Roman is trying to get back to that. I think that's the purpose of why, you'll see later, why he's bringing Jimmy and Jay back into the fold and why he wants them to kind of like take themselves a lot more seriously, because I think he's trying to rebuild the bloodline, but do it in a way where it's no longer about him. Does that make sense? Like, the whole purpose of the bloodline for real, yes, it was to bring on his family. Yes, Roman was doing that, but if you want to keep it real, Roman did it out of narcissism. Okay? He did it out of control, out of spite. He wanted Jimmy and Jay essentially to flank him, and not flag him, sorry YouTube, flank him when it came to whomever was his opposition, and basically serve as his soldiers, like while he ran things, and he just manipulated them like crazy. One-on-one, period. But now he's understand that these guys, his cousins, have now gotten themselves established. Jay on his own, Jimmy on his own. So now let's rebuild it, but this time we're going to rebuild together, not just for the purpose of it just being for me, which I love. I love that. Anyways, the next match we'll get to. Was there a segment that came around? Yes, there was a backstage conversation that happened last week on last Monday Night Raw with Becky Lynch and Maxine Dupree. Making a long story short, Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa both made fun of Becky for the idea of her being considered the greatest of all time. Yeah, she was able to beat AJ Lee. I love that. Saying good stuff. And let's just say Lynch attacked them both, and this is why they're having a match. So, this may have been one of the best things that came out of the show. If there's one thing that you probably want to watch on Raw for, in terms of what stood out the most for this show, this match right here. This match really solidified why Becky is one of the best to ever do it in the ring. And it's very simple. It wasn't a bunch of great high spots. It wasn't a bunch of this and that third. It was just the fact that the crowd was feeding off of it, off of everything that they did, the story that they told. Becky was looking to prove that Maxine Dupree, as a rookie, had no business being in her ring whatsoever. So she did any and everything that she could to beat her. But Maxine Dupree proved her resilience, her toughness, her grit, and kept coming back at Becky. Now, this is me talking. Let me read what my guy, Eric Beeston here said. The result of we already read that. The man dominated the action early, outclassed the babyface. She controlled the bout through the commercial break before Dupree found different gear and fought her way back into the bout. She delivered a fisherman suplex, slipped out of Lynch's grasp, and applied an ankle lock a la her former mentor, Chad Gable, greatest women's wrestler in WWE history, escaped. Talk about Becky. Narrowly kicked out of a near fall and delivered a superplex. Dupree continued to fight, countering and reversing the man's best stuff and nearly upsetting her on more than one occasion. The crowd was eating it up, like I said. Frustration built, and Lynch took the underdog to the floor, slamming her into the steps and hitting her in the wrist with the giant prime bottle at ringside. Arrogance proved costly as Lynch taunted the audience and Dupree returned to the ring in time to win the match via countout. Now, Now. A match is a match. Doesn't matter how you win it. If you are winning by pinfall, by submission, someone gets involved with a DQ and they happen to help you win. If you win through a count-out victory, before everyone will be like, oh, she didn't beat her fair and square in the ring. That wasn't the point of this match. The point of this match was to tell you that no matter what Becky threw at Maxine did not give up. And so when Becky got cocky enough to feel like she was above Maxine and went out the ring to taunt the crowd, Maxine slipped right in, got back into the ring. Becky got counted out. She got counted in. Essentially, Maxine got more over. And this is the part of the business that I love. When an established star can take a not so established star in the ring, and before people go, Maxine's not already over. Yes, but I think this has got her even more over because now she's proven to Becky and then to her counterparts in the women's division that she can hang. And that's important. That's very important. And I'm quite sure Becky's proud of her. Hunter's proud of her. Everybody in company backstage are proud of her. Sorry for breaking the fourth wall again. But that's just the bottom line. And this was dope. It literally was dope. Backstage, I love this too. Asuka demanded a match between Kairi Sane and Io Sky to be made for Monday tonight. Zayn expressed hesitation, and the Empress of Tomorrow slapped her for her defiance. It was good. And go back to the match between Becky and Maxine. This was outstanding. And if anyone has any questions as to why Lynch is the greatest of all time, all the evidence was here. Can't deny it. She had a great match with an unproven competitor, had the fans bite on every near fall, and delivered the facial expressions and body language necessary to put over the shock of the loss. Kudos to the Pre-Tsu, who has clearly been working hard to improve her in-ring game. Yes, while it was choppy early, she settled and delivered big time in one of her most important performances today. And what that's going to do for Maxine is it's going to make the people go backstage. I'll put it this way. The people backstage who were involved in that match are going to really give her kudos. It's fine for us to give her kudos. But they're going to really give her that love. And when you are looking to impress your boss, when you're looking to do a great job, a lot of times it's very hard to please any and everybody. It really is. No matter how many times you do something that's good, or even if it's close to being great, sometimes you don't always get the acknowledgement. So when you do get it, it does feel great. It lets you know that you are seeing that everything that you've done did as far as your hard work that you have put in has been recognized. So, like I said, kudos to the Pre. She did her thing, man. Can't wait to see what Dudley got more for her down the line. So there we go. All right, next match we have is Lyra Valkyria taking on Roxanne Perez. By the way, they have great chemistry. Great chemistry. A week after coming to the aid of Bayley amid a 2-on-1 beatdown at the hands of Judgment Day, Valkyria rekindled her rivalry with former NXT foe Perez. Perez targeted the left arm of her opponent, working it over through the commercial break. Even as the babyface managed to fight from underneath, she was unable to fully execute her moveset thanks to damage inflicted to her arm. Great storytelling and great selling. With a little more support from Bayley at ringside, Valkyria mounted a comeback, but the distraction that Rodriguez big boot, let me read this over again. Valkyria mounted a comeback, but the distraction that Rodriguez, big boot, to the role model on the floor allowed Perez to recover and deliver pop rocks for the pinfall victory. Afterward, an irate Bayley grabbed hold of Valkyria and told her they had unfinished business. I love this whole entire, conflicted Bayley character where on one side there's the hugger gimmick and on the other side there's that ding dong hello role model gimmick. It's like she's having an internal conflict with herself. It's great. I love it. Like split personality disorder. That's what she's going through. Backstage, Reigns caught up with the Usos, and the night Jay has offered to help at Crown Jewel, telling him to stay focused and taking exception to CM Punk talking at the top of the hour instead of him. The seeds have been planted for Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Paul Heyman has been involved. But the seeds have been planted for Roman Reigns and CM Punk to have that eventual showdown, that match. I can't wait for it. They need to have a match. And I just find it to be interesting that Roman is still not forgiving Punk. People do not like CM Punk, man. Anyways, as the former world champion walked off, Reigns reminded Jimmy that he sees everything, and that's why it's a problem for Jay to take advice from him. You know, he's basically telling him, and I love what he was telling Jimmy. Jimmy was like, Roman, like, you gotta understand, bro, like, Jay is becoming like you. Like, he can't be like you. He gotta be on his own, blah, 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 blah. And Roman is like, when Jay was the world champion, he was like me. He held it down. When he lost it, he wasn't. So in his mind, he got to maintain that grasp. And to be the world champion again, you got to take things into your own hands. You got to do whatever it takes. And for right now, Jimmy, we love you. But get out the way. Step aside. Leave your brother alone. He got this. I'm going to tell you this nicely. Because although I've changed, I still got some of that villainous traits within me. Now, I say all this to say, I don't think Roman Reigns is going to turn heel. I just want to let that be known. But it is very clear, very evident that the bloodline is writing a new chapter. A chapter that's looking to maintain what it used to have, right, in the past for them altogether. But it's trying its hardest to do something different. It's just looking a lot more cerebral, a lot more nuanced and layered than they had ever did before. I'll just put you that way. Right? Valkyrie and Perez have great chemistry, like I just said. So even their lesser matches are still very good. With that said, this felt like more of the same that we have seen over the last couple of weeks. The Bayley stuff has been great, but we need to see less of the same for competitors. This is going back to Vince McMahon territory. Vince McMahon was known for repetitively booking the same match over and over again. I remember one of the matches he kept booking that made me just go, you know what, I don't want to see this match no more, was when he put the Usos against the Street Profits. I was getting so sick of seeing Usos and Street Profits every single dang on week. And nothing against Usos, nothing against the Street Profits. I just got tired of seeing the match. It was just boring me. Now, did they have some great matches at pay-per-views? Pay-per-view-wise, yes. But to see it weekly happen on Monday Night Raw every single freaking time, it was too much. I'm sorry. You talk about burnout, bro. Next, we got CM Punk's promo. My boy, known for talking. Punk wasted little time turning his attention to Rollins in the World Heavyweight Championship, vowing to earn his title back by the end of the year. I love it. LA Knight interrupted, still not abandoning his pursuit for the world title. He applauded Punk on cultivating love, but claimed he has been more focused on being a husband than winning against Rollins. That was a great line. Great line. Basically talking about, like, you know, you've been so caught up with AJ Lee returning that you kind of like have missed sight or lost sight of your goals to be on top. You know what I mean? And LA Knight's like, well, Punk, you've had your moment. I need my moment. And you're in the way. So, love the healthy competition here, even if they do not like each other. That's still great. The megastar told Punk that he has never lost to Rollins, and the best in the world responded by reminding him that he has never been world champion either. Ooh, we cooking. We cooking. All right. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm almost done. And we back. Back in Muhammad crib. Top floor. J. Cole reference. It's a J. Cole reference. If you know, what was that called? That song called Everybody Dies. Everybody Dies. Check it out, J. Cole, my favorite rapper. You know, because you guys didn't know. Jey Uso interrupted, heeding his cousin's advice from earlier in the show, and came face to face with the other prospective number one contenders. He threw down his claim to the world title. Jimmy Uso hit the ring, allowing Jey to rock Knight with a super kick. After a few more words from Punk, denouncing the former world champion's new attitude, the straight edge superstar took Jey down, earning him a super kick from Jimmy to close out the segment. It was great. I love that they're doing this because, you know, Jey has been having issues with, well, here's the thing. The Usos actually got love for Punk, right? They do. But in the pursuit of being on top, whatever's in my brain right now that's trying to have me say suspect things, bro, get out of my head right about now. Please, for the love of God, get out of my head, because I am not trying to say anything that's going to make me look crazy, okay? Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone. For whatever is in my head right about now, please go away. Please. Oh, Lord Jesus. All right. So, I love this because, again, we clearly have seen week after week that Jey has an issue with LA Knight, right? Does not like him. LA does not like him. And they're on a collision course. I can't wait to see that fully come together. Two of the most popular stars in WWE history. Yeah, we need to see that. With that said, Punk, you know, talking to Jey, calling him Lil Roman was hilarious. He said, "You want to be Lil Roman so bad, like you Lil Roman." And that was dope. That was dope. And then Jimmy kind of like getting involved with attacking Punk after he attacked his brother. I mean, that makes complete sense. They're brothers. That's his twin. So it made sense for them to do that. It may not be the most babyface thing for them to do, but we clearly understand that the issue isn't so much about who's trying to be good or bad here. The issue is, again, people are looking to reign to the top, to get towards the top. The Vision, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, all them, they got they got a hold of the main goal we're trying to fight desperately for. And we have to get there somewhere. And in order for us to get there somewhere, we gotta make noise. We gotta get the attention that we all deserve. Punk deserves the attention. Punk, crazy attention. LA, crazy attention. The Usos are craving attention. More so, I would say Jey than Jimmy. Though, I wouldn't put past if the idea is for Jimmy to come up on his own and go, you know what, I love you, bro, but maybe somewhere down the line, me and you got to battle again because I want to be the world champion. I love it because now you are saying, what you're telling me as a fan, the world heavyweight title means something. There is credibility to it. If I'm also being honest, ever since Cody Rhodes has won the world title, I feel like his credibility has somewhat kind of like faltered a little bit. Now, the feud with Drew McIntyre did help it. Don't get it twisted. It did help it. But people should be going after his belt. And yes, we know Drew. We know Randy Orton. Who else? So the title aspirations here is highlighted. And that's what I love about it. The segment is dope. And there's more to the story as well. Backstage, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee attempted to recruit Penta for a six-man tag, but were interrupted by a brawl between Bayley, Valkyria, Perez, and Rodriguez. I remember that. Knight asked Uso, "You think you lost the title because you're not Roman enough?" Punk added later, "I love Jey Uso. I don't like Lil Roman." The the Bloodline's gearing up for a high-profile match after. Yes. What looked like a repetitive segment aimed at determining the number one contender out of the same three who last competed for that recognition. Instead, involved into Punk and Knight finding themselves on the receiving end of determined Usos. More importantly, it may have set up a high profile. We already know that was the main event. That was the main event. Io Sky took on Kairi Sane. Dave Meltzer said that there were three women that he felt were of the best either professional wrestlers from Japan or they were of the best female workers. I believe he highlighted Io Sky and Kairi Sane. And the other one was Mayu Iwatani. Is it Mayu Iwatani? I'm sorry for saying her last name wrong. But She's from Stardom. If you ever watch Stardom, you know Mayu Iwatani. She's very popular, great in-ring performer over there. And, yeah, very well known. But yes, anyways, Io took on Asuka. Sky attacked Asuka before the bell, wiping the Empress of Tomorrow out of ringside and seeking to avenge the weeks of torment she has been put through at the hands of her former Damage Control teammate. Love it. She further unleashed her frustration. You know, they did not highlight Damage Control. Throughout this whole entire time, they didn't highlight that they were all in the group. I mean, we knew, so you probably didn't have to say it, but like, that was kind of weird. That they broke up, but no one really mentioned about the group's name. It was just this alliance between friends. It was, it's a little issue on Hun's writing, but, you know, I digress. She further unleashed her frustration, dominating Zayn in the opening moments of the match. I said Zayn. And into the commercial break. The Pirate Princess recovered and seized control of the match, which she held coming out of the timeout. It was not enough to halt Sky's momentum, though, as the former Women's World Champion launched herself off the top with a missile dropkick. Sky rode, but interference from Asuka allowed Zayn to recover and score the pinfall victory over her friend. Still reluctant, Zayn delivered a vicious backfist, an insane elbow to Sky, and to the delight of Asuka as the Kabuki Warriors built momentum entering Crown Jewel. So yes, Kairi Sane the Kabuki Warriors will take on Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for Crown Jewel. Which, by the way, I see Io and Rhea winning. I mean, hey, it's not a bad idea. With Ripley and Sky likely to go over in Australia, Zayn needs to win here. I agree. She and Asuka are hot as they have been in years, and with moral anxiety facing the Pirate Princess, it makes sense to allow them to get one over on the babyfaces leading into their biggest match in years. The moment Zayn gets fed up with Asuka and turns on her, the crowd is going to erupt and everyone involved will be even bigger stars as a result. I agree. The issue I have with that sometimes is WWE don't be paying off very well. So like they'll build it up, and once it's over, it's like, okay, where's Kyrie going from here next? So that's the only issue I have with their booking from time to time. All right, Division in the Bloodline drama. Moments after the latest edition of the Cody Rhodes Saffron's video package series, a desperate world champion asked Paul Heyman, "Oh, sorry, this was supposed to be for Raw." I said this for SmackDown. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, this is supposed to be. I'm tripping. This happened for Raw. Now SmackDown. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I remember now. All right. He pretty much told him basically, you know, he had to question where he choose him over Roman. Yada. Y'all know about that. Yeah, and I kind of like already messed up the whole promo thing. No, I didn't. I just kind of combined them together. Already talking about Jimmy J and Roman's backstage segment. I was just highlighting what Roman told Jay earlier and highlight early before I even got to it just now about Roman and Jay Roman and Jay and Jimmy in a segment together. So yeah. Anyways. What's that old saying? When someone shows you who they are, believe them. For all the talk about a new or changed Reigns, it seems like there is plenty of the same manipulative villain in him that we knew during the height of his run atop the WWE mountain. It's true. And by the way, I love that quote. When someone shows you who they are, believe them, right? It's kind of like a double entendre because, you know, Roman used to always say in his catchphrases, believe it. Was it believe it? Believe it. Believe it? Believe it? Believe it. What was that old catchphrase? Was it believe it? I could have sworn it was believe it. But I'm trying to figure out if it was believe something else. Believe me? Believe you? Believe us? All right, whatever. I mean, it'll come to me eventually, but, you know. Moving on. Moving on. A-Styles, Penta, and Dragon Lee took on Judgment Day. I'm not going to highlight the match for real. I just want to point this out from Eric Beeson. He said, this was a joke, right? 6 of the most entertaining in-ring performers on the roster, And the match was interrupted by not one, but 2 commercial breaks. I'm telling you, people are going to get mad about those ads for a long time, bro. It's just not, people were expecting that by the time the WWE had went over to Netflix that they would have gotten rid of the ads, because one of people's complaints about them being shown on television was that we had way too many commercials. And to a degree, sometimes it was too many commercials. And then there was commercial-free episodes from Raw and SmackDown, which were dope. I often wonder what is the deal for why the ads have to occur. I think it's more, I could be wrong, but I think it's either more of a TKO thing than anything, right? Regardless of what it is, I am in agreement. I do think they need to get rid of those ads. Like, you would think they would have gotten rid of those by the time we got to Netflix this past January. But I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do. The WWE needs to do better of that, because when people are trying to rewatch the show and engage with it, they should, think about that for when it comes to in their minds. Now, they will also tell you too, like, if you're not at the show, it's easy for you to say that when you're not at the show in attendance to watch Monday Night Raw live. So there is that argument too, but still. The match was fine, but this was more about highlighting the main different issues Mysterio has got himself into. Dominic. That's not a bad thing, considering he has the most upside of all in the ring at this point, but it really feels like Penta has cooled off significantly, and Lee should be a bigger star than he is. Again, it is due to the booking. I do not run to WWE, so I can't tell them how to do their things. If I was a writer, different story. Last but not least, drum roll, please. I'm patting my thigh with my pants on, in case you guys are trying to act all weird. That's horrible. Sorry. Anyways, main event. CM Punk and LA Knight team together to take on the Usos. This match went by fast, by the way. Went by fast, but it accomplished a lot with doing this one thing. And this is what I'm going to highlight, because I'm not talking about the whole match. You've seen the match. You watched the match. Great. But I want to highlight this one thing that was my biggest takeaway from it that I felt was dope. So, Jey Uso was halting his momentum, and he delivered a spear to Punk, right? The best in the world, regardless, recovered, though, and flattened him with a go to sleep. But instead of Punk making the cover, LA Knight swooped him aside and pinned Jey Uso for himself. I love it. The drama continues to further itself. It continues to fuel itself each and every single week. If for all the things the WWE can do a better job of, and trust me, they're an imperfect show. I'm not going to sit here and act like the show is just also always great. They do know how to tell stories well. They really do. Long-term wise as well. So to me, what they're doing with the story is good. Punk and LA Knight shouldn't like each other. As much as people want to be like, oh, come on, get along. For them to not get along right now at this very moment, like I'm doing with the BNLC connection, or whatever they call themselves, Punk connection. That's why I want to say the Punk connection, not CM Punk connection, but you're the Punk connection because you're both punks. You suckers. I had to. You stir up drama for interest, right? There's an old school saying back in the day. Jerry Jarrett, the father of Jeff Jarrett. If you guys watch Jeff Jarrett in TNA and what he did in WCW, you should know. His father said, personal issues draw money. Now, that's based off of real life stuff. There was wrestlers back in the day, okay, that wrestle against one another. And in real time, did not like each other at all. Could not stand to be next to each other. Could not want to talk and do business. But at the same exact time, they did business. And guess what? Fan interest, more money, more audience, more exposure. So essentially, they were all winning by default in spite of how they felt. Which is interesting because you go to a company like AEW and for some reason they don't exist. But that's neither here nor there. I'm sorry for taking shots. I'm trying my best not to be petty. But Just keeping it real, all right? Just keeping it being real. So, but with WWE, they understand that Punk isn't probably the most liked guy in the company, which, by the way, no one is. We don't live in a world to be liked by everybody, bro. You're going to have people who's going to love you. You're going to have people who hate you. It is what it is. Can you find out reasons for why at times and stress your brain out to the point where you're like, man, why you hate me so much? I don't even got a problem with you. Yes, you could. But at the same time, don't waste your breath. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your headspace over it. Hey, people just are not going to like you. People are not going to like you, bro. So I don't think, now, with all that said, I don't think personally LA Knight and CM Punk are having a problem in real time. I don't think that. But I wouldn't say they're best friends either, right? With that said, I do think they have a mutual respect for one another. I think they are doing business great for one another. And with WWE, capitalizing on that, everybody's winning. Everybody's winning. I know Punk gets along with Jimmy. I know he gets along with Jay. But that's besides the point. I love this finish because, again, it's furthering the story. We got another chapter for the Bloodline. We got a chapter for Punk and LA Knight. We got a chapter for Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Becky Lynch and Andy Lee down the line. Bayley and Lara Valkyria. They're doing a great job. The tag team division on Raw sucks. I'm just being honest. It sucks. Not because the tag teams over there is doing a bad job. The booking is doing a piss poor job. And I have to call that out. I'm sorry. I'm going to stress that. Give Braun and Bronson the tag titles. I love Finn Balor. I love Jay Madonna, but they're not doing anything with those belts, and it's not their fault. Again, not their fault. They're doing the best that they can. Give the belts away, please. Give the belts away. Because I don't want to be the fan that has to tell this all the time about me forgetting that those belts exist on the show. So, please, WWE, get it together, okay? All right, I'm going to be out here. But yes, that was my full recap over SmackDown, Raw, highlighting the BLC earlier, and their nonsense. We're going to pray for them. Do me a favor, you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, share amongst your friends, amongst your family, people who like you. Like I just said, people who don't like you. We go from there. This is your boy, Josiah Willis, the leader of the We Support Josiah movement. Shout out to all my fans. Give you my love. Pause. My woman. I give women my love, but give all my fans love, and not that weird suspect way. Don't do that with me. Don't do that with me. By the way, got love for all. Set your orientation aside. Got love for all. Okay. Yes, we're done. We're good. You still here? It's over. Bye. Go. Leave. Bye.
I feel that you ought to go. Treating me like I'm the man. I feel like you ought to go. The things that you do with your hands, I feel like you ought to go. The way that you twerk when you dance, I feel that you ought to. I feel that you ought to go. Treating me like I'm the man. I feel like you ought to go. The things that you do with your hands, I feel like you ought to go. The way that you twerk when you dance, I feel that you ought to go. Baby, you show it. That's for real. To me. And I can't keep it low-key. See, everything you do to me is crazy. Two to the dome, you know I came to kill. And all the D a fresh kill. What you ain't know when I load up, I act wild. Like draw four, my screen kicks like a bad child. It's time to relocate, but not the eastbound. Call me a virus, we moving to the west now. I've been bugging more